So within that environment, I do manage a lot of projects, but sometimes it's like one project, sometimes it's like five at the same time. Sometimes they're interrelated, sometimes they're coordinated, and other times they're not. So,
Gotcha. Well, thanks for sharing that experience. And honestly, I worked in a company that was aerospace, but I worked in the IT effectiveness group as a program manager. And what I noticed from that job is the understanding of governance, the understanding of stakeholder engagement and stakeholder management is very different from other jobs. So in this job, I realized that the interrelated projects didn't have to be managed exactly to the same, oh, if you're using Microsoft Project on this project, you must use the same on this project. There were just different tools used for the different projects. So as far as alignment goes, we didn't have a PMO breathing down our necks, telling us what we needed to use as program managers. But I'm curious to know, was that the case in your world? Did they give you a space to manage the projects as you saw fit, or was they a tight governance structure?
no, actually, it's very much the same. So because our organizations are made up of so many different levels and so many different teams, and we work and collaborate across the entire organization, the governance really comes from myself, my immediate manager, and then my skip level manager, who is my director. And oftentimes my skip level manager and my immediate supervisor, they have their own plethora of ongoing projects that they're managing. So a lot of autonomy is left up to me as to how I see fit to manage the stakeholders on all of my projects in my work. So I would say there was no established, PMO, kind of like what you hear about in the PMBOK guide, and that actually surprised me. So I'm happy that we're having this conversation. I am the PMO for all intents.
There you go. And honestly, I love that view because it's good to bring balance. So the world of program management, PMI has their program management standard, which is being updated right now as we speak. And I'm going through this and also making some comments so that, my view can be heard. But as far as the vanilla flavored view of program management from PMI, the Project Management Institute, I want to go over this today. And it's taken a lot of the snippets from my book about program management. And my book is really just about program management essentials. But let's talk about the overarching framework, because project managers can relate to initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, closing, and that's project management. But in program management, it's different. So let's jump into the whiteboard and let's talk about how this is set up. And I want to give people a mnemonic